Om Shanti. Today is Sunday, the 17th of November 2024. On this Sunday morning, let us listen to the avyakta Bapdada's Murli, which was originally held on 30th of November 2002. So, the avyakta Murli of today, 17th November 2024, is a revised Murli of 30th of November 2002. The essence of today's avyakta Murli is: become equal by having the awareness of the word return and become an embodiment of awareness of the return journey. Let's hear the essence once again on this Sunday morning. Baba says, become equal by having the awareness of the word return and become an embodiment of awareness of the return journey. Om Shanti. Today, Bap Dada is pleased to see his children everywhere who are seated on the heart throne, seated on the throne of the forehead, and seated on the throne of the kingdom of the world, and who are the masters of themselves. So, what three things has Baba noticed apart from the fact that we are the masters of ourselves? Baba says, today, Bap Dada is pleased to see his children everywhere who are seated on the heart throne, seated on the throne of the forehead, and seated on the throne of the kingdom of the world, and who are masters of themselves. In the whole cycle, it is only now that you beloved, long lost, and now found children attain God's heart throne. So, in the whole cycle, it is only now that you beloved, long lost, and now found children attain God's heart throne. All souls have the throne of the forehead, but apart from Brahmin souls, no one has attained God's heart throne. It is this heart throne that enables you to attain the throne of the world. So, God's heart throne enables us to attain the throne of the world. At present, you have become the masters of yourselves. Self-sovereignty is the garland around the neck of every Brahmin soul. Baba says, self-sovereignty is your birthright. Do you experience yourselves to be the masters of yourselves in this way? Baba asks us. In your hearts, you have the determination that no one can snatch away this birthright from you. So, Baba highlights the word birthright and says, in your hearts, you have the determination that no one can snatch away this birthright from you. Along with that, you also have the spiritual intoxication of being seated on God's heart throne. In the body of a human being, it is the heart that is said to be the most important. When the heart stops beating, life has ended. So too, in this spiritual life, there is great importance given to the heart throne. Souls who are seated on the heart throne are remembered as special souls in the world. These are the souls who are remembered by the devotees as the beads of the rosary. So, Baba says, in spiritual life too, there is great importance given to the heart throne, just as in Lokik, when the heart stops functioning, the body is dead and life has ended. So Baba says, souls who are seated on the heart throne are remembered as special souls in the world. These are the souls who are remembered by the devotees as the beads of the rosary. These are the souls who are a handful out of multi-millions and a few out of that many. So, who are those souls? Are they you? Baba asks, are you Pandavas this too? Are you mothers also this? They were all waving their hands. The father says, O beloved children, why do you sometimes leave the heart throne and attach your hearts to the mud of a body? A body is mud. So what is Baba saying? A body is just equivalent of mud. So, beloved children, never put your feet in the mud. You are constantly on the heart throne, in the lap, or swinging in the swings of super sensuous joy. Bap Dada has given you various swings. Sometimes swing in the swing of happiness, sometimes in the swing of joy, and sometimes swing in the swing of bliss. So Baba says, Bap Dada has given you various swings. Sometimes swing in the swing of happiness, sometimes swing in the swing of joy, and sometimes swing in the swing of bliss. So today, Bap Dada was seeing such elevated children. How are you? Baba says, how you are swinging in the swings with such intoxication? Do you continually swing? Are you swinging? You don't go back into the mud, do you? Baba asks all of us to question ourselves. Do you sometimes want to put your feet in the mud? For 63 births, you have been placing your feet in the mud and you have been playing with mud. So, you don't play with mud now, do you? Baba asks, do your feet sometimes go in the mud or not? They do sometimes go in the mud. Body consciousness is also placing your feet in the mud. So, body consciousness means placing our feet in the mud. The awareness of bodies is to place your feet very deeply in the mud. Body consciousness is also mud. The longer you remain seated on the heart throne at the confluence age, to that extent, for half a cycle, you will be in the kingdom of the Sun dynasty, and in the Moon dynasty kingdom, you will be in the royal family of the Sun dynasty. If you only sometimes remain seated on the heart throne, now at the confluence age, you will be in the royal family of the Sun dynasty for just as short a time. So, Baba says, if you only sometimes remain seated on the heart throne, now at the confluence age, you will be in the royal family of the Sun dynasty for just as short a time. You may be seated on the throne turn by turn, but you will constantly be in relationship with the souls of the royal family. Baba highlights the words turn by turn. You may be seated on the throne turn by turn, but you will constantly be in relationship with the souls of the royal family. Therefore, Baba says, check from the beginning of the confluence age until now, whether it has been 10 years, 50 years or 66 years, but from the time you became a Brahmin, from that beginning until now, how long have you remained seated on the heart throne and seated on the seat of self-sovereignty? Why does Baba say 10 years, 50 years or 66 years? Because it has been 66 years since the start of the Gyan when this Murli was held in 2002. Therefore, Baba says from the beginning of the confluence age until now, check for how long have you remained seated on the heart throne and seated on the seat of self-sovereignty. Baba asks, was it for a long time, constantly, or only sometimes? The sign of those who are seated on God's heart throne is that they are carefree emperors in their activities, and this is seen on their faces. So, the sign of those who are seated on God's heart throne is that they are carefree emperors in their activities, and this is seen on their faces. A physical burden is on the head, but a subtle burden is in the mind. So let's pay attention to this line. Baba says, a physical burden is on the head, but a subtle burden is in the mind. Therefore, they would not have any burden in their minds. Worry is a burden, and to be carefree is to be double light. If there is any type of burden, whether of service, of connections, of relationships, or of physical service, not a burden of spiritual service, what will happen? How will it happen? Will there be success or not? To think and make plans is different from a burden. So, Baba says if there is any type of burden, whether of service, of connections and relationships or of physical service, not a burden of spiritual service, what will happen? How will it happen? Will there be success or not? To think and make plans is different from a burden. The sign of those who have a burden is that they would always have a few or a lot of signs of tiredness on their faces. So what is Baba telling us? The sign of those who have a burden is that they would always have a few or a lot of signs of tiredness on their faces. To be tired is a different matter, but to have signs of tiredness is a sign of burden. However, to be a carefree emperor doesn't mean that you remain careless. You remain careless and yet you say that you remain carefree. Carelessness deceives you a great deal. The same words are used for intense effort as well as for carelessness. Because of constantly having firm faith, an intense effort maker always thinks every task is already accomplished successfully with one's own courage and the Father's help. So, because of having constantly firm faith, an intense effort maker always thinks in what way? Every task is already accomplished successfully with one's own courage and the Father's help. Whereas the words of carelessness are, it will happen, it is already accomplished. Has any task remained unaccomplished? It will happen. So, the words are the same, but the forms are different. Baba says, at present, two special forms of Maya give the children a test paper. What are they? Baba says one is wasteful thoughts, not sinful thoughts, but wasteful thoughts. The other is, I alone am right. Whatever I did, whatever I said, whatever I thought was no less. It was no less, I am right. According to the time, Bap Dada now wants you to have one word constantly in your awareness. To give a return of all the attainments, the love and cooperation that you have received from the Father. Baba highlights the word return. To give a return means to become equal. Secondly, it is now our return journey. Constantly remember just the one word, return. A very easy method for this is for you to tally your every thought, word and action with those of Father Brahma. So, how would it be very easy to remember the word return? Baba says a very easy method for you to do this is to tally your every thought, word and action with those of Father Brahma. What were the Father's words? What were the Father's thoughts? What were the Father's actions? This is known as follow Father. It is easy to follow, is it not? There is no need to think of anything new or do anything new. Whatever the Father did, just follow the Father. Baba highlights, just follow the Father. It is easy, is it not? Teachers, raise your hands. Is it easy or difficult to follow? It is easy, is it not? Baba asks the teachers. Simply follow the Father. First of all, check yourself. As is the saying, first think and then act. So, consider first your words and then speak. So, what is Baba saying to all the teachers? Is it easy or is it difficult to follow? It is easy, isn't it? So, therefore, Baba says simply follow the Father. First of all, check yourself. As is the saying, first think and then act. So, first consider your words and then speak. So, what will all the teachers do this year? It is now the last month of this year. The old will go and the new will come. So, what will you do before the new year comes? Make preparations for that. Have the thought that apart from placing your footsteps in the Father's footsteps, you will not take any other step. So, what is Baba saying? Apart from placing your footsteps in the Father's footsteps, you will not take any other step. Simply follow in His footsteps. It is easy to place your footsteps in His steps, is it not? Think of plans for the new year from now. Just as Father Brahma constantly remained an instrument and humble, similarly, let there be the awareness of being an instrument, that is Nimit, and having humility, Nirman. Don't just have the awareness of being an instrument, but together with the awareness of being an instrument, let there also be the awareness of being humble. both are necessary. So Baba says being Nimit and Nirman both are necessary because you teachers are instruments, are you not? So, in your thoughts, in every word, in your relationship with anyone, and in your activity, let there be humility. Only those who are humble have the awareness of being an instrument. Let's hear this line again. Baba says, only those who are humble have the awareness of being an instrument. Those who are not humble will have, to some extent, in a very subtle way. It may not even be a gross form of arrogance, but there will be bossiness. Baba says this bossiness is also a trace of arrogance. Let your words and language always be pure, sweet, and serene. So, Baba says to the teachers, this bossiness is also a trace of arrogance. Let your words and language always be pure, sweet, and serene. When you have the awareness of the soul conscious form in your relationships and connections, you remain constantly incorporeal and egoless. Do you always remember the last three words of Father Brahma? Only those who are incorporeal and egoless are viceless. Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari. So Baba asks, do you remember the last three words of Father Brahma? Only those who are incorporeal and egoless are viceless. Acha, follow the Father. You will remain firm in this, will you not? Baba asks the teachers. The main aim of the coming year is in having the awareness of these three words: incorporeal, egoless, and viceless. There shouldn't even be a trace. Baba says the gross form is over, but there shouldn't even be a trace because it is that trace that deceives you. The meaning of follow the Father is constantly to keep these three words in your awareness. Is it okay? So Baba asks and says the meaning of follow the Father is to constantly keep these three words in our awareness, which are incorporeal, egoless, and viceless. Is it okay? Asks Baba. Double foreigners stand up. A good group has come. Bab Dada is pleased with one aspect of the double foreigners. Do you know what that is? Baba says, look, you come from faraway lands, but you were given a direction that you had to come in this turn, and so you arrived here. No matter how, you all made an effort and a big group has arrived here. You accepted Dadi's directions very well. Congratulations for that. Bab Dada is looking at each one of you. He is giving drishti to each one. Don't think that it is only on the stage that you receive drishti. Baba says from a distance you can be seen even better. The double foreigners have learnt the lesson of Hanji very well. Bab Dada loves the double foreigners and he is also proud of them because it is the double foreigners who have been the instruments to make the message reach all corners of the world. Baba asks, are there any special countries abroad left to be served? Is it just towns or special places? Are there just small villages and towns that are left? Or are there any special places still to be served? Which places still remain to be served? Nevertheless, out of this group that has come, how many countries are represented? Have you counted? You haven't counted these. Nevertheless, Bap Dada knows that you souls have been instruments in many countries of the world. So, Baba says Bap Dada knows that you souls have been instruments in many different countries of the world. Bap Dada always says that it is the double foreigners who have revealed the Father's title of the world benefactor. It is good. Each of you is moving forward at your own pace with your own efforts and service, and you will constantly continue to move forward. You are stars of success. Very good. Baba is now addressing the Kumars. The Kumars from Madhuban are also present. Look how many Kumars are there. Half the class is just Kumars. You are Kumars, but you are not ordinary Kumars. Now, what is the title of you Kumars? Which Kumars are you? You are Brahma Kumars anyway. But what is the speciality of Brahma Kumars? The speciality of Kumars is to be messengers of peace and spread peace where there is peacelessness. There is neither peacelessness of the mind nor external peacelessness. The duty of Kumars is to do the different things. Baba asks them, you are hard workers, are you not? Baba emphasizes the word hard workers. So today, the hardest work of all is to end peacelessness, to be a messenger of peace and to spread peace. Are you such Kumars? Let no name or trace of peacelessness remain. Are you such messengers of peace for the world and for those who come into connection or relationship with you? Baba asks the Kumars, you are messengers of peace. Just as the fire brigade would put out a fire wherever it may be, so the duty of messengers of peace is to transform peacelessness into peace. So, you are messengers of peace, are you not? Sure. Are you sure? Baba re-emphasizes. Sure? The scene from here looks very good. Bap Dada is very pleased to see so many Kumars. Bap Dada gave you a plan earlier. In Delhi, there is the maximum number of Kumars. The government thinks that Kumars means those who fight. The government is afraid of Kumars. The government is afraid. The government that is afraid of Kumars should welcome you Kumars with the title of Messengers of Peace. Baba says only then can you say that the Kumars have performed wonders. It should spread throughout the whole world that Brahma Kumars are messengers of peace. Is this possible? Do this in Delhi. You will do it, will you not? Will the Dadis do this? There are so many Kumars. If there are so many in one group, how many would there be in all the groups? How many would there be in the world? Approximately, everyone says 1 lakh. So, Kumars perform wonders. Put the wrong impression, Baba says, put right the wrong impression that the government has of Kumars. However, let there be no peacelessness even in your minds. Let there be no peacelessness amongst your companions. Let there be no peacelessness at your places. No peacelessness even in your cities. There is no need to put up a board for the faces of you Kumars, but let the experience automatically be written on your foreheads that you are messengers of peace. Is it okay? Now Bap Dada is addressing the Kumaris. There are also many Kumaris, not the Kumaris who are living at the centers. Only those Kumaris who are not living at the centers stand up. So, Baba asks, what is the aim of all of you Kumaris? Do you want to have a job or do world service? Do you want to place a crown on your head or a basket that is a burden on your head? What do you want to place on your head? Look, all of you Kumaris have to become merciful. Let all the souls of the world benefit. It is remembered of the Kumaris that Kumaris are those who uplift 21 clans. So, half the cycle will be 21 clans. So, are you such Kumaris who will uplift 21 clans? Raise your hands. Not just of one family, but of 21 clans. Will you do this? Baba asks the Kumaris. Look, your names are being noted, and it will then be checked as to whether you are merciful or whether karmic accounts still remain. Now, time is giving you a warning to become ready before the time. If you continue to look at the time, time will pass by. Therefore, keep the aim that all of you are merciful children of the world benefactor, the merciful Father. So Baba says to the Kumaris, therefore keep the aim that all of you are merciful children of the world benefactor, the merciful Father. Is this okay? You are merciful, are you not? Baba reconfirms. Become even more merciful. become this with a little more speed. Kumaris receive the Father's throne very easily. We shall see what new wonders you perform in the new year. Acha. Now 108 jewels from the media wing have come this time. Baba is now addressing them. It is good. Let those from the media perform wonders that it touches everyone's intellect, that they definitely have to claim their inheritance from the Father. Baba says, let no one remain deprived of this. The duty of the media is to spread the word. Now, there are also media programs abroad, are there not? It is good. When the programs are held in different formats, people become very interested. So, Baba highlights the word programs and interested. They are doing well and will continue to do so. Success is already guaranteed. Whatever service those of all the different wings are doing, Bab Dada continues to receive news of it. Each wing has its own facilities for doing service and its own way of doing service. However, it is seen that because there are different wings, each wing is racing with the others. It is good. Don't compete, but you may race. So, what is Baba saying? Don't compete, but you may race. The result of each wing is that after the different wings have served, many IPs and VIPs have come into contact. Mics haven't been brought here as yet, but they have come into contact and relationship. Acha. Baba asks, do you remember the exercise that Bab Dada gave you to do? One moment be incorporeal and the next moment be an angel while walking and moving around. This is the return of the love of Bap and Dada. So, what was the exercise that Baba gave us? Baba says one moment be incorporeal and the next moment be an angel while walking and moving around. This is the return of the love of Bap and Dada. So, do this spiritual exercise now. Become incorporeal in a second. Become an angel in a second. Bap Dada conducted drill. Acha. Your doing this exercise while walking and moving around throughout the day will easily remind you of Baba. The remembrance of all the children everywhere has reached Bap Dada. Each child feels, give my remembrance to Baba. Give my remembrance to Baba. Some send it in letters, some on cards, and some through words. But Bap Dada is giving multi-million-fold love and remembrance to all the children everywhere in response to the remembrance whilst merging each one in his eyes. Bap Dada is seeing that no matter what the time is, at this time, the majority of you all have Madhuban and Bap Dada of Madhuban in your mind. To all the children everywhere seated on all three thrones, to the children who are masters of themselves, to the children who constantly become equal to the Father as a return to Bap Dada, to the children who are constant embodiments of the awareness of the return journey, to the children who constantly follow the Father in their thoughts, words and deeds, lots and lots and lots of love, remembrance and namaste from Bap Dada. And we, the spiritual children, also say namaste to our spiritual father. Today's blessing: may you be a master bestower and sow the seeds of your good wishes in all souls. Let's hear the blessing once again. Baba says, may you be a master bestower and sow the seeds of your good wishes in all souls. Baba explains, do not wait for the fruit, but continue to sow the seeds of your good wishes in every soul. All souls definitely have to awaken at the right time. Even if someone is causing you opposition, you must not let go of your merciful feelings. That opposition, those insults, and that defamation will work like fertilizer and bear good fruit. So Baba says, even if someone is causing opposition, you must not let go of your merciful feelings. That opposition, those insults, and that deformation will work like fertilizer and bear good fruit. To the extent that they defame you, to that extent they will sing your praise. And this is why you, as a master bestower, must continue to bestow good wishes on every soul through your attitude, vibrations, and words. Finally, the slogan for today: the children who are constantly merged in the ocean of love, happiness, peace, and bliss are true tapasvis. Let's hear the slogan once again. The children who are constantly merged in the ocean of love, happiness, peace, and bliss are true tapasvis. Acha, Om Shanti. Today there is a notice. Today is the third Sunday, the day for International Yoga, when all Brahmin children have meditation collectively from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Be stable in the combined form with Bap Dada, the bestower of blessings and the bestower of fortune, and do the service from the subtle region of giving all souls the blessings of happiness and peace. Acha, Om Shanti.